Now you're live.
I think we are actually officially live now. Let's see if that is true.
Somebody's still waiting to watch.
That would be funny if there truly is someone waiting to watch. Well, if you are waiting to watch, we are here. It says two watching. Interesting. I wonder who's actually watching this thing. Okay, we are live. We are actually officially live now. Let's see if that is
Oh, something happened. Now I can barely hear you.
All right. So you are waiting. Okay, so the reason being is, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
All right.
you sound fine.
The reason being is because we were starting to get the playback. You know what I'm saying? Because we actually are live now, and so we're starting to get the playback. So I'm going to put on Twitter if you want to check out Dave Shaw and I playing Brave Little Belgium. Here is the link. Stop by and say hi. Stop.
Watch us try to remember how to play the game.
Well, of course. Now we got to remember actually how to play the game. Okay, what just happened? I tried to send something and it went, no, I don't like you. Jeez. Okay. Start to play now. Tweeting. I am tweeting. Okay. All right. So I think we are all set up, and I think we are actually playing, and I think we are streaming. Okay. We have 0 viewers, so that's cool. I will send a message to Brent, who is the guy on Dragoons, just to say, hey, check it out, see if you can hear us.
Rivera?
Brent.
Brent Rivera.
Oh.
Oh, wrong Brent.
Who's Brent Rivera?
I don't know. Some person.
We are
Sorry.
Now I
up
can hear Dominic.
and running. All right. So let's go back. Brave Little Belgium. Hey, do you want to be the Germans or do you want to be the Entente?
Oh, I'll be the Germans.
So I did notice one little problem that I may want to fix, and you'll see when you look at it. I noticed that the white pips against the green are a little hard to see. I don't know how they are with the other ones, and the dice, the gray against the, Do you see that? Do you see your dice? And how I don't know if you can see yours. Like, yours actually look better than mine. The green with the white pips are hard to see.
No, my dice are fine.
So I actually may just color tint mine black so it's a little easier to see for myself. Okay. Let's go ahead and do the setup. Okay, so we have the game set up here. Dave, you said you're going to be the Germans coming in over here, and I'll be all these guys. But let's go ahead and set up the Guard Civique. So do you want to do the rolling, and then I will do the pulling and placing?
We seem to be pretty effective that way, so.
Okay, let's do that. You go ahead and do the rolling and call off the first number. When the first number will be the horizontal, and the second number will be the vertical. Okay.
Okay, first roll is 1 and 4.
1 and 4. That's going to take right into Liège, which is a good placement for me. Okay, keep throwing.
6 and a 3.
A 6 and a 3. Now, it's been so long since I played this game, I got to remember where all these cities are, but it's right here. Okay, keep going.
Next is 1 and 2.
1 and 2. Oh, I gotta see. I had to zoom in on that one to see where that was. Okay, my eyes are going. Okay, keep going.
Okay. 6 and 5 again.
6 and 5. That is Brussels. You didn't roll that before, did you?
I guess. I always think I do, but I guess I didn't.
Maybe you rolled 5 and 6.
3 and 1.
3 and run is Brussels again. So I don't think we can have any more in Brussels. Now here's a problem with... rotate that guy around. Do you hear a periodic beeping, by the way? Dave?
Out of my own.
Okay. Go ahead and roll then. Next.
2 and 3.
2 and 3. No more. Now, messages from Facebook. And so I was wondering if you could hear them as they were coming through.
Nope. 4 and 6.
4 and 6. 4 and 6. You can see how long it's been since I played this game. I had to remember where that was. Okay. Keep going.
Up 4 and 4.
That is a nothing. So we'll just pop that one over there. We're not going to flip it, so we don't know what it says.
4 and 5.
4 and 5 is Ghent. Wow, it has been really a long time, Dave. I'm going, where is Ghent? Where is Ghent? There it is, thank you.
Yes.
That's a horrible draw. Well, I guess maybe it might be if you need to get in there. But anyway, go ahead.
Maybe the game will come down to defeating that.
No, you just flipped the... you flipped...
Oh. Whoops. Well, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it didn't flip.
No, it just took a little leap. You rolled it. What do you
2
get?
and 4.
2 and 4. Marsh. Okay. That's right in the middle of the Ardennes. All right, keep going. There should be 2 left.
2 and 5.
2 and 5. Hold on. Now, I wonder if it would make sense to just have this set up beforehand, but I don't know. What do you got?
1 and 4.
1 and 4? That's Liège again. I love that one. Thank you, dude. Okay, that is all drawn. Okay, I'm going to go over just to see if there's anybody with us at all, which I seriously doubt. Oh, no, it says we have a viewer. But I don't know how to figure out, I'm just going to say hello. Let's see if anybody says anything back. Okay, let's...
Do you realize that viewer could be you?
It could be me. I don't think it is. But it could be me.
No, I think it actually is
Okay.
someone. No,
Let's start drawing some chits. What do you say, Dave?
Well, Cav probes first, right?
That's right. Good thing that you reminded me of some rules. So you're correct. The Cav can come in first. And we got a little squiggly line there, which equals 2 movement points. So that one moved 2, and that one's moving to there. So that'd be 2. Oh, I think you drew more than 1 there, Dave. Sneaking in. Oh, you drew 3. Phew.
That's weird. Let me check and make sure that...
No, it was only that one.
what is strange.
Do you want to go one further and probe that there, or are you okay?
Well, that one I can't. This one I was going to. So,
Right.
is that the whole move right there? We'll go ahead and see what's there.
Ah, look at you.
No, that's not really where I wanted to do it. But it is what it is.
It's a done.
Okay.
Now that was only 1 movement point. No, 2 movement points to there. Right. It's been a while since I played this game, Dave. What are the movements on the Cav and the infantry?
I thought it was... God, this is going to be terrible.
I know. We're going to have to check our information here because it has been so long since we played this game. And
So,
we have been,
2 and 4 or 1 and 2?
you know, I don't think we're streaming right now. I think we are stopped. The current bit rate is lower. We recommend use a stream bit rate of, it's yelling at me. And it has nothing going on. Oh, wait. No. He said looks like it's working. Okay.
He being the anonymous viewer.
No, Brent. Brent, the guy that we had to do it. He says it is working. Because right now it doesn't look like it's working on my end. But, oh, wait. Now it is. Okay, well, that's good. It just seemed like it wasn't really working there for a little while. You know what? I am going to go into the trusty old Board Game Geek. I am going to go pull up the trusty little rules for brave little Belgium because we have done so much of play testing with some of the new versions of the game that have different movement, and therefore I don't even remember. Do you?
I can tell you bugs.
I can tell you how tanks move. I can tell you how everything else moves, but I certainly cannot. So yeah, okay, that's what I thought it was, Dave. Infantry have a movement factor of 2, and cavalry have a movement factor of 4. So
Yeah, 2 and 4. Okay.
so you actually moved 1, 2. You actually moved 2. You could have moved here.
Yeah. That's all right.
So if you still want to move to test out Marche here, you can. That's why you said that, and you said it was complete. I was thinking, is it complete? No.
See, I couldn't remember.
Okay.
What?
We got a 4?
4.
Okay.
I'll pull back.
You're pulling back. Okay.
All
So
right.
you did peek and pulled back. Peek and pull back.
A peek and pull.
Yes. Is that appropriate for kids? I hope so. Okay. Let's draw a chit. What do you say?
That's the way the game's played, so
All right. So it's going to be the second. Von Bulow. The second.
All right, so
Set,
ugly early.
set us up for a big battle in the age. What do you think?
Pretty much. The cavalry.
No, remember you got the little thing you could put there, man.
Oh, right.
Did you see that? It seemed to like
They're kind of like, it's funny, they're floating.
yeah, I have to double check and see if I have that set up correctly there. I may not have that set up correctly.
Yeah.
Pull that off for a second. This is the kind of stuff that I need to know.
Right. Because if I try to put it right here,
Uh-huh. Hold on.
that's what happens.
I'm going to try to lower it. Try to place it again.
Okay.
That's better, right?
Mm-hmm. Works for me.
Okay. How many you got there so far?
I think. Oh, this is where I really do miss
Well, I think it's
Basil.
I think the biggest grouping is 8 anyway. So, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I don't think.
1,
any-
2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's the biggest grouping anyway. Okay, I'm going to take a look and flip this guy. And flip this guy. Now, we're going to bring this over to the little battle board here, or are we going to leave them to kind of rot? I think I'm going to.
No, I guess we're gonna have to get into shape. Actually, the battle board.
I'll reorganize in just a second. It's a little harder with this game, I find, than with... Okay, so let's see. I'm going to reorganize a little bit and put all my 6s together. And then put all my 5s together. Are you doing the same thing? Okay. While you're doing that, I'm going to just check and see if if he responded anymore. He says he's watching the live stream just fine. So that is good. Great. Oh, and we got another person. Great. Thanks. Awesome. Glad you can see. I'm just writing to them. Awesome. Glad you can see. We are going through and taking care of bugs right now. And we're not even in the bug game, Dave. We got bugs and problems, but we're not in the bug game. So this is a little bit disturbing to me, you know? Why don't you roll, buddy?
Okey-doke.
You got 3 4s, it looks like, 4 5s, and 1 6. Now, if you need more dice, I notice I only have 4 here. We can get you more dice. Do you need more dice?
I'm kind of happy with just 4.
Okay.
I tend to the more I roll, the less I do well. So, all right.
What's
This will be the that'll be my 6. I'm just separating it out. So here we go.
well, there you go.
Very nice. Yeah.
I'll be going at that.
Yes. Goodbye, my son.
I don't care.
Doing 5, so that's all 4.
So that's 3 hits at this point. That's pretty good. Start for the Germans.
For me, it is.
No, that's true.
And so 5 hits total.
Oh my, 5 hits total. Are you serious? Jeez.
I have 1 on the 6, 2 on the 5s, and 2 4s.
So I'm all the way up here on my view. I need to actually go down and take a look at. You mind if I borrow your dice, or can I bring? You know what? Maybe I'll bring my dice up
Bring your dice up. I'll just move mine aside.
because I can't see exactly what I'm doing here. So we're going to grab my dice, and we're going to take them, and they're going to float all the way up there. Okay. And there. Okay, so I got 3 6s to start, I guess. Let's go ahead and do those first. 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to roll those. And that is 0. And that really stinks. Now, what I was going to say was, if you do need an extra die, you can right click and you can clone it, and there should be another one that pops up. So,
Gotcha.
as you can see, I got another one there. So I now have 4 5s from the fort at Liège, and the third gives me another 5. So I am going to roll all of those. And that is 1 hit. That is awful, Dave. Just
That's my kind of rolling.
awful. So you got 5 hits, huh?
5 hits.
So these guys are destroyed. That's 1 hit. That's 2 hit. I will flip that for that's right. That is just a brigade, so
Yeah,
he's gone.
Sixes have no back. Yeah, no
So I
back.
think you destroyed the third. Because if I flip that and everything. So you will be able to, at the next time, on the next battle, actually start attacking the fort at Liège, unless I bring in some sort of additional troops.
Right.
That seems to be working better now.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, here. Take my hit.
Your pitiful hit. Okay, well, the Germans are doing well so far. Oh, sorry, guys.
Go ahead and.
I will pull another chip, and we'll see what we get. I got an end turn. So I'm going to go ahead and place that on the turn end up there. So 3 of those, and that will end this turn, and we'll go to the next turn. Whoa! This is not good for you, Dave.
Whoa, look at you.
See, now I'm pulling the way I need to be pulling. Okay. Albert.
Ah, the Belgian.
Albert. So how
That's
brave
Albert
can Albert get? Now this is interesting because you don't have the special little Big Bertha event at the. We haven't pulled any events, so I will be able to fire back at you at Liège, which might be very beneficial to me.
She rolled like you did last time.
Well, that's true. I, in addition, need to bring some forces forward. I cannot move any of these guard civiques, unfortunately. But I can move some additional forces from elsewhere. So I am going to... Question is... I'm not going to go in and reinforce yet. I'm going to take this cav in so we can have a little battle here. And I'll take this infantry for that battle. And I'll take him into there. Okay? So we're going to have basically two fights. We're going to have this one at Liège and then this one north of Liège. Okay? But I'll roll this one first. Okay?
Makes sense.
And I get 4 dice. And I need 5s or better. And you made me roll that one. I got 1 hit. So go ahead and take 1 hit. I don't know why we rolled that one, Dave. Just looking at the ones on the
Yeah, I
right-hand
even
side.
moved it over. It's weird.
I guess I'd already selected it. Yeah, this is where Vassal is a little bit better. You could have a lot easier gone through and taken the 1 hit you wanted to take.
But it's alright. Just takes a little more time, that's all.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
And we have our little mini cavalry battle up here.
Yep. And I'm going to go a little forward so I can see what's going on here. So I got a 5 and a 6, and you have a more powerful at 5. So I will go ahead and roll my 5. What do you say? And I got 5. I will roll my 6. And I did not get a 6. So I did get 1 hit.
Okay. And I will roll my 5.
Tungarin. And you missed. So I think that's... Cav is the gone. He's a goner.
Yeah.
We had Ardwolf there for a little while, and then we had the Dragoons visiting for a while. I don't know if they're still there. So far, this looks pretty easy and good to go. When we go and do it with the guys on Saturday, I'm going to probably only be looking at the top and not be moving around because I'll be basically GMing it, so I don't need to get like real close to see stuff. I'll be doing a top view, looking down, I think, at the board the entire time, so I'm not moving it around as much. I think that probably would be better. What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, I think if you're GMing, yeah.
All right, let me pull a chit. What do you say? Okay, we got Von Kluck, and I won't sing the song because it does have a cuss word, right?
Somewhere in there, though.
So I know, Dave, we talked a little bit about eventually doing a podcast. Have we decided upon that?
I'd like to.
Now, if we do streaming like this on some of our play tests, those could be part of the podcast. Like we could take the video out of it and include that as part of the podcast. That would be kind of fun, even if it was only for a couple minutes. Now, you won't. If it's a podcast, obviously you would just hear us talking. You wouldn't necessarily see the video, unless we were to put the video up on YouTube or something.
Right.
Are we going with games laid bare? Is that the final determining, or is that too risque?
Well, I think it's only risque if you put it in the context.
Well, I promise I will be fully clothed during all podcasts. Okay.
Yeah, it'll be family friendly.
Okay. They do ask that. Is it family friendly or not? So you have to, agree to make it as such. So.
Right.
Okay, I'm rolling the same again, a 5 and a 6, and you've just brought in the force from hell here. Like the wrath of God.
Charming.
It's like the wrath of God there, man. I mean, I'm feeling a little threatened. Okay, I'm going to roll for my 5. Let's see what I get. I got a 6. That 5th has been good for me. Let me roll for my cav. And no, see, it would have been good if I rolled the other way around.
Should have rolled the other way around. Yeah.
I only got one hit. So let's see what you get. I'm going to move my dice out of the way.
All right. So let's get everybody here.
So this will be your fours.
These will be 4 fours. Yeah.
Oh, one hit.
And 1 hit.
Okay, I'm going to take my cav as my one hit.
2 fives.
Oof.
2
Okay.
hits,
Well, he gets flipped.
and then 1 6.
Have you rolled that 6 yet? Ooh.
I'm trying.
Okay, so I have to retreat, definitely. So I'm going to retreat back to here. And you can... Oh, I was just moving it for you.
That was very fun.
You took it over right when I was doing so. So games laid bare, is that what we're going with? Or did we come up with a better idea?
We'll think about it.
And I was thinking, so you were saying the first podcast that we do would be just the two of us, right?
Well, I think it's-
No additional
first one.
people?
Yeah.
Okay. And did we have an idea yet on what content we would include?
Well, like any good comic book, I think it should be our origin.
Oh, okay.
Who we are and why people would even want to listen to our banter.
Our banter, huh? Okay, I'm going to pull a chit, okay? You notice we have not gotten any special chits at all? Oh! Right when I say that, I get a force marched +1 for the Entente, which is
think
not
that's
going to help.
useless.
It is pretty
Yeah.
useless. Not going to be
Oh,
helpful
you're right.
at all because it's already moved, and so therefore it does not help whatsoever. Now, this one might be better. Sabotage, in case you get to activate the third or the fourth. I will be able to limit you by -1.
Well, fourth's not in yet, so
Okay, so now we got this one here. This is yours. You want me to put it up by you? Zeppelins.
yeah, you can put it.
I'll-
Actually, that's the full shit.
Yep.
Yeah. Go ahead and put it there, and
So that's +1 for attack. And you also got, man, these are all the events apparently. +1 for German movement. So basically, if you decide to use that, you offset my sabotage. So that's, really pointless. Oh well. What's going on, Dave? You just got +1 German hit on fort. So if you do manage to get into Namur, that would be helpful. Okay.
yeah. Or you could pull it in turn, and I'll have to.
Now I'm a little confused. Oh right, 3. The fourth can't activate till later. So
Fourth is not ready. So
we have 2 chits left. One is the third, and one is an end of turn. Which one do you think we're going to pull here, Dave?
knowing me, it's end of turn.
And no, Dave, you lucked out. No possibility of
Yay.
atrocities, and you can get your men in. Maybe not, because I do have a guard civique there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can't. You're not going to be able to get them far.
Nope.
You can do the 2. You could have done the +1, but that's not really going to help here going through the Ardennes, and I would have countered you anyway. So,
Yep.
but it still helps to get the third into the middle of the Ardennes. Don't you agree?
That's the point to open the road for the fourth.
All right, so I believe that is the end of the turn. Correct?
Are we going to pull the last chip to be sure?
I'm pretty sure it's an end to turn. Okay, so I'm going to throw these chits back into the bag. And because, yes, thank you, we're going to have the French possibility.
French are doing the French fourth.
It's good for me to play this all the way through because then I can see any problems that are in the tabletop simulator version. A modification in if need be. Okay.
Or it's just the French fifth. I couldn't remember both.
No, just the 5th. The other one, the 4th, is going to come in as you can see here later on. Um, so I think we need to shuffle that just to make sure it's completely shuffled and good to go. So look at this line of green over here, Dave, and the one measly German. So I would say you're doing pretty well so far.
Well, yeah, but I mean, let's look at what really. One, you can't count this guy because he wasn't drawn. This was a blank. These were two guards of eight. Really, the only guy of substance is this guy right here. So you still have some pretty good forces still out there for the Belgians. So it looks bloody, but I think it's not as bad as it was.
So we got a couple comments from people. Hello to Messing Up Rules, who says they are here. I'm supposed to sing something. Apparently, I started singing at some point, so I got to sing some more. Pants are optional in all podcasts, so we can go with games laid bare and not wear pants during the thing. And we can socially distance because I'll be here at my home and you'll be at your home, and we can socially distance without pants. And we'll be good to...
It's very COVID friendly.
And apparently every blue moon a word drops on the broadcast. So that's good to...
Probably you cursing and it's just censoring.
Oh, you think it's smart enough to do that, huh? Okay, I'm going to draw a chit and see what happens in the August 7th through 9. That sound. And look at that. Look at that.
Oh,
Look at that.
the French
The French.
rush to the aid of the Belgians.
Yes, they do. So again, my cab, as we said before, these kind of lines like this are 1. These little weird squiggly lines are 2. So I have the real, ability to move almost any place I want to move in here pretty easily. I could go in and reinforce, or add some troops into Namur if I wanted to, because that one is not completely stacked. Oh, maybe it is. Let me check. We got 1, 2, 3. So I could have one more in there because the stacking limit is 8. Now, in this particular case, because the fort is a 4 pip fort or 4 strength fort, I could only add 1 additional in there to equal 8. So it's 4 fort plus 3 is 7, so I could add 1 in if I wanted to. Or I could move someplace else. I'm a little worried about your northern in here because I don't have a lot left in there. I got some stuff with Louvain I could move in and maybe should have moved in earlier. So I'm considering maybe, placing some stuff here. And it's been so long since I played this game that, how that goes. So I'm going to move this cav and move him 1. I don't know why he's flipping around like that. 2,
Dancing.
3. I'm going to move him right there. I think I have a mouse that it's one of those Mac mouses, and I think it moves because of that, but I could be wrong. And I'm going to move them to here. I'm just going to move all of them to right here with the one cav a little north. And I think that's all I'm going to do with that. Well, I don't know if it's sensible or not. I mean, when was the last time we played this game, Dave? It's been a while.
This might be the first time in this decade that we've played it. I don't think we've played it since
In 20?
last year. Yeah, when we were at it may have been the WBC when we were demoing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that might be the case. I mean, we've definitely played a lot of White Eagle Defiant, the new game that's coming out. Sometime soon. It's second in line, I believe, at this point. Holland Spiel's going to be releasing Stilicho, the last Roman something general, last Roman general, I think. I think that comes out very soon. Tom put out a video for it the other day. And then after that, I think we're next. I believe we are. Okay, Albert. Albert came out. Albert. A little scared of you here. That's okay. I'm going to move these guys up. And I'm actually going to move that guy back. And put him right there for right now. I'm going to leave that there. You don't have Big Bertha, so I'm going to fire at you again on your big grouping here. Okay?
Okey.
So I'm going to grab my dice if I can. I'll roll right here. And, oh, there they go. And I need 5 to hit on that. And I got 1 hit again. So those fort guns are most effective. They're only giving about 1 hit every time. And I can't believe your LB unit is still present. You want to keep that guy alive the entire time, don't you, Dave? Well, I'm pecking away at you there. So we've also played some of... Oh, sorry, go ahead, man. I interrupted
No,
you.
you definitely have knocked the floors down, so that's something to
Yep.
celebrate.
And we've been testing Last One Standing, too, right? That's the other one we've been working on. Okay, Von Kluck is going next, the first. And for anyone out there that's listening, Last One Standing is the tentative name for the sequel to Brave Little Belgium and to White Eagle Defiant. And it is not signed by any company yet. We are almost done play testing it. What do you think, Dave? Maybe 2 more times play testing it? 3? What do you think?
2 or 3, I think.
I did send you all
Yeah, I
new
think-
rules and everything, and I redid the map and all the counters.
Right.
But basic concept on that game is a futuristic world where the United States as we know it has completely changed and been altered due to global warming. And at the same time, the Earth is getting warm and warmer. The bugs that have been living underground for years have decided to come out and pay the humans a visit, and they destroy all the west coast, basically west of the Mississippi, and they are now trying to get east of the Mississippi because they are semi-intelligent and they know that the humans are working on a biological weapon that will eliminate the bugs completely, and the goal of the bugs is to try to stop that weapon from being created in, well, they got about 30 days or 10 turns to do it. And that is what we've been working on, right, Dave?
The whole group.
It's okay.
Yeah, and I think it's a lot of fun. Obviously, it's not historical based, at least hopefully not.
Unless I'm Nostradamus. Could be.
That would, well, that's, no offense, but let's hope not. 'Cause
Well,
it's
you don't...
not a pleasant future, but hopefully a fun game. No, definitely a fun game, but
We're still ironing out the kinks.
well, that we're still trying to figure out. That's it with the title.
Okay, so I'm hearing Messing Up the Rules says he's chuckling sophomorically. And Bayonet Brandt says, I think this streaming will work for the convention. Glad you're able to pull it off together. Looking forward to seeing in action this weekend. Thanks for the demo, and we'll have a good night. Mess Up Rules says he's leaving. Sorry to see you going. And hopefully this will all work out. I mean, we had a little problem with the Discord and some sound initially, but not a huge, big problem. Okay, I'm going to roll 2 5s. How's that sound?
Whatever floats your boat.
How about I roll 2 3s then?
Well, within rules.
Oh, okay. You just kind of said I could do what I want. Okay, I got 1 hit, and I'm going to roll for my 6. And I got 2 hits. Oh, oh.
2 hits, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
So,
2 out of 3. Oh, that 6 was a pitiful roll, I will say.
so we're rolling for the 5s.
Oh,
And that's nada. And now we're going to re-roll this time for the 4s.
1 hit.
So 1 hit.
Okay, so I got to look and see what I want to flip here. Okay, I'm going to flip this guy. But I won that battle, Dave, correct?
That is correct.
So you're going to have to retreat, my friend. Okay.
And we have battle number 2.
Oh, we got another battle? What's that about? I bet you that's a dud. What do you want to bet?
Flip your Civic.
Oh, I'm wrong. Well, that's good. It's not a dud, but I just had a feeling it was. So I'm rolling 2 5s, apparently. Okay, I will roll my 2 5s. Ready? Watch this. 6 and a 6. Oh! I nailed that one.
Well, I still have to roll.
You have a 4, 5, and 6, so.
Yep. So this is my, this will be my 6th.
You should have made that your 4.
I'm probably going to be one off on all of them.
Yes.
This will be my 5. Yep, there we go. And this is going to be a 3.
Oh!
Oh, a hit. Very.
I think it would have been a hit regardless. It fell the other way. Wow. I got 0. You got 1. So I got to retreat. I will take that guard Savik out of the way. I will retreat back to here. And you put your men back in Warem. I do apologize that I am probably butchering the pronunciation of some of these things.
Yeah, I'm not feeling very brave. Some of them obviously are easier to pronounce than others. But this is a case of I've only ever read them, never really heard them.
And while we're doing this, I got some sort of message. Oh my god, I got tons of message.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So at the same time that all this is going on, Dave, you know about this. I'm a teacher, and our Board of Education is meeting to discuss whether we're going back virtually or not. So I'm getting all these messages from teachers saying, hey, what's going on? What have you heard? Are we going back? Are we going to be teaching from home? Are we going to be teaching there? What's going on? So, all right, we're going to pull a chit. Let's pull a chit. Okay. So you now got the Zeppelins +1 on German attack. Now I'm going to check the rules on that one again because, again, it's been a while since I've looked at the rules because that says +1 on German attack. So, yeah, that I believe is not defense. Although it's interesting because it says attack, but there. But in the rule book, it says all German units add +1 to their die rolls. Interesting. I think that we really didn't specify much difference for attack and defense in this game, even though that says attack there.
I think White Eagle Defiant was more specific about events for defense versus events for offense.
Yep. And it's funny because, even though this is our game and, we played it many times and play tested, sometimes we come back and look at it and go, that's interesting. That says attack there, but in the rule book it says, to their rolls, but when I look at it, I think Zeppelins would be on attack, not defense,
I think that was the way we were originally playing it. But
Yep. And I'll have
that's funny.
It's just interesting. So now we get sabotage -1 German movement. So if you pull a German, I probably will sabotage you because you have enough left. That one is flipped. Let's turn it over. That's forced march from me. That does not help again because it's all. I already used both my chits. Look at you, forced marched. So you will be able to counter my sabotage, but not be able to move any faster. Oh, look at you, Big Bertha. There you go, my friend. Oh, look at you, third. Third. We'll be going forward. So one of the things that, while you're moving, I was thinking about talking to you in the origin story, as you said, which would be the first games laid bare, is you to give more detail about your short time at Avalon Hill. And
Oh, that's right. brief career.
And I think that there's enough people out there that are fascinated by the story of Avalon Hill, not just its origins and whatnot, but also its decline there at the end. And since you were there actually at the end, and I believe if I remember correctly, you were one of the last employees.
I was the next to last hire.
Next to last hire.
Yeah. As I like to joke, I was one of the last people picked up from the Titanic before it hit the iceberg.
Do you remember who was hired after you?
Oh, I don't remember his name, but he was an artist.
No.
Gosh. If I look around, I probably could figure out who it was, but I don't remember who it was.
Is he still in the biz?
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell you. Honestly, after... Remember, it was in 98, so Facebook and social media did not exist then. I've hooked up with a couple of people I used to work with, but a lot of those guys I have lost track of.
So what I'm going to roll for my 4 here. I actually have a pretty strong Guard Civique there. I forget where we are, or we're in Marseille. And really the key thing that I'm hoping here is to get a hit on you, because at this point you have enough that if I don't get a hit on you and you destroy, you can immediately move into Namur and start that next battle. So that's really my goal here, is I got to get a 4. Okay, so I'm going to roll, and I did not. All you need to do is get 1 hit, and you will be able to then advance after combat right into Namur.
That's all I need to do.
Well,
so let's watch and laugh together. These are the 4s.
No, there you go. You got it. Okay, and you got no damage, and so because you got no damage, as I said, you'll be able to march. I'm assuming that you're going to be marching right into Namur. I don't see any.
You know what? I am. So let's just go ahead and
we'll move. We'll go ahead and move this over here. I think I have to move and adjust that thing as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I put another one in. All right, that's there. And okay, I'm gonna bring over my guys to see what we got. I got this guy. I bet you it's a dud. No, it's not. It's a strong one. I got a 5. I got a 6, and of course I got Namur itself, which is 4 5s. So I'm feeling pretty flush here. Now, you did not use either of your things last time. I'm assuming you're going to be using them this time.
I'm going to bring in the Led Zeppelin. Time for some Stairway to Heaven.
So each event can only be used once per turn, of course, but you actually could use both of those chits. Because you have not only the +1 that you're going to get here, which is just an instantaneous boom hit to me, but you could also I'm sorry, Big Bertha, you're bringing the Zeppelins. You could also bring in Big Bertha to get that +1 hit, which I don't see why you would not do that, unless you're hoping, you're hoping to draw the second.
I've got Liège there too.
I forgot.
Working 2 forts here, so.
Okay, I'm going to roll for my 6 here and see what happens. Okay, boop, 6. Nope. I'm going to roll for my 4. I did get a hit on my 4. Okay. Now I'm going to roll all of these, and I need 5s. Ready? That really sucked. So I got 1 measly hit.
Alright. Well, I still get the rolls. So these are my 4s, which are really rolling as 3s, thanks to the Zeps. So that's
3 hits. Oof. I'm going to just start taking my hits as you speak, okay?
Are the 5s, which 1 hit, so it's...
Oh, look, I took your guy instead.
Yeah, let's not get carried away.
I'm like, yep,
And
dead guy.
this is going to be for my 6.
Alright, so you didn't do any damage to the fort itself.
So, but yeah, I did get 4 hits, or excuse me, 4 hits or 3 hits?
I took the hits as you went along. So, Oh,
You
you're.
gave me one. You got one, right?
I got one, and I'm just gonna put your event over there, and you'll be able to bring your forces in.
They're settling in nicely, so you must have fixed that box.
I did. It's just the nature of working in Tabletop Simulator. I had to move it over a little bit, and what I'm gonna have to do is have to revise it and then load it back up again for everybody so that they have the revised version. Okay, so I'm going to draw another chit. You use that event, and you're helping. There's 3 chits left. So there's 2 end of turns, and there is 1 second. Is that correct? So you're hoping for a second.
I think, other than maybe another event for you, I think so.
No, there's only 2 Tante events in this game.
Okay.
There's
right.
there's more in the White Eagle Defiant. So look at that, an end to turn. And I'm actually hoping for an end to turn here so we can demonstrate the atrocities. And look at that, Dave. So
Now, do you remember how the atrocity works?
I will figure it out, because you know what? I have the rule book right here. And this gives me the chance to go over the rule book again, because it's been a while since I have played this game. So often we have to relearn our own games, unfortunately. Okie dokie. Yes. So if the German player has not activated all of their armies by the time the chip pool phase is ended, they may activate those armies at this time. The German player announces which armies that were not activated during the chip pool phase they wish to activate. Please announce, Dave. Did you?
First army?
Yeah, I was hoping for a little more
No,
draw.
excuse me, second army.
Okay.
Yeah, wrong army.
I was hoping for second army. You're announcing. Okay. You roll 1 die. If the roll is 4 or higher, an atrocity is committed.
That's it. 4 to 6. All right. Phew. The Germans were polite.
Was it a hue or a 2?
2.
Oh, okay.
A few
A few and a 2.
So now we're going to bring in the Bertha.
Okay, so you're attacking me up here now. So yes, that's one of the stories I was hoping that we could go over in more depth was, when exactly did you get to Avalon Hill? Who was there when you were there? How long you were there? Things you saw, did, things you worked on. And again, am I right in saying you were like one of the last employees fired?
Well,
Let go.
Yeah, actually.
Oh no, you actually ended up quitting, didn't you?
Well, I left the company after Avalon Hill was sold, but I was the only one out of the Avalon Hill group that was not fired, laid off,
Right.
dismissed,
Mm-hmm.
terminated.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason that I was given at the time by Mr. Eric Dodd, who is the owner of Avalon Hill, was my wife was expecting, and he didn't want me to lose my job.
Gotcha.
So I briefly worked with the Girls Life folks, a very nice group of people.
It sounds thrilling.
It was. It was editorial work, so I mean, it was hardly out of my line of stuff that I was doing. So.
Okay, I'm gonna roll these guys. Oh wait, I need my guys back. Give me that. Give me that.
Okay.
Give me that. Taking my dice. I look at this. I am going to roll 4 5s here. Here, Tom.
Thank you.
And you were taking my dice. I got 1.
One hit.
I'm very consistent. I always seem to get 1 hit. Oh, you had to borrow my dice?
Yeah, I was lazy. I didn't feel like
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 5s.
7-5. However, that's a +1, so it's actually 4
No,
now.
that's a +1 German hit on the fort. That's not a +1 on attack. So what that means is you just automatically get a +1 hit.
Oh, right.
So you're going to automatically take my Liège fort from 4 to 3. because of Big Bertha, and whatever you do here. So you you destroyed it.
Gone.
Yeah, you destroyed it. So you got one hit, and you absolutely demolished and destroyed that fort. So the point of the game is
Did
to.
you get any hits?
I got one. The point of the game is to destroy these two forts since they were so critical in these battles, Liège and Namur. And he's doing well. We are only in the second turn, and he has indeed taken out one of the forts. Then he's got to take at least one of his units, and it's got to be an infantry. Can't be a cav. One of his infantries, and it's got to go past this little dotted line here. It's not a dotted line. It's a, well, it was in my original, but now it's kind of a little rhombuses. It's a rhombus line.
Void line.
A rhomboid line. Thank you. And if he can do that before, well, on or before this date here, 19th through the 21st, August 19th through the 21st, then he wins. If not, if it happens on this time, it's a draw. And then if I last all the way through here and he just can't do it because he is so lame, then I win. That about sums it up, right?
I think you put it very succinctly.
All right, I'm going to throw all these back in the chip pool. Oh my God, did you see that? Okay, so we are on August 10th through 12th, and I think you're kind of running pretty historically accurate here, Dave. But you know,
Might be slightly ahead.
I think it's slightly ahead. Yes,
I don't think Liège is quite out of the picture yet. So
I was thinking more along where your your units were, less the actual destruction.
yes, yeah.
So I'm going to draw a chit. I said chit. I didn't say something else. I almost did.
Careful.
And that is going to be Big Bertha, so that will be helpful for Namur. And look at that. You got the second. Von Bülow is on the move. Now, you have a limit down here. You're only going to be able to have 8, and I don't know how many you have here right now. You probably have close to 8, if not 8 there already.
Right.
So
We're not going that way, so don't worry about
he's getting ready to move over that line. I think you're steamrolling me, Dave.
it. Oh, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I've been able to rescue defeat from the jaws of victory many times, so she's on that. Maybe that'll be one of our podcasts, or Dave's epic fails in game history.
Are you going to remember?
Or for the people game.
Yeah, I still convinced that I played that wrong. I'm like, could I really have done what I did in that game? But I mean, we looked at the rules. It was accurate.
I'm sure we probably may not have played the whole game correctly, but what we did at the end was totally legit. I like to think of it as, what if, Fort Stevens, the Battle of Fort Stevens, had actually been successful. That's kind of what happened.
Yeah, I don't remember the whole game. I just remember Lee getting defeated way up north. And after he got defeated, somehow, he was able to kind of take his army and kind of move like west, south, east, and then come back and then regroup his army, and after regrouping his army, go in and defeat. That's what I remember. Is that about what you remember?
Yeah, pretty much. It was.
And I kept looking at the rules thinking, is this possible? But we were following all the rules on attrition and everything else, and, I only get 1 die here? Jeez, Dave, what are you doing to me? I will roll for my measly little 5. You ready?
Yep.
It's a miss.
Alright, so I think I have 6 5s.
So people watching this right now, if there anybody is watching this, they're probably thinking, it is absolutely impossible for the Entente to win this game. But trust me, it is not impossible.
Yeah, I've just had some very lucky rolls here. Alright.
That is a feat for me. Okay. I mean,
And I
look at
took
this.
no hits.
Look at this! Look at this! Look at this! You've only lost one cab the entire time.
Well, and taking some hits.
Are you moving on?
So-
Are you moving on to Louvain?
I'm moving on to Leuven. Yep.
Leuven.
Moving to Leuven.
Leuven.
So go ahead and, which is actually when I visited Belgium, we stayed in Leuven.
Is that a?
That's where-
So this spelling here?
That is, I think the French.
Yeah. And the other one is Leuven. Is that correct?
Which
Okay.
was pretty much how it was spelled in the city when we were there.
They didn't have dual signs like in Canada or something.
I don't believe so. No. Of course, that was, we're now talking 27 years ago. I was there in '93. So.
For some reason, every time I talk about dual signs in Canada, all I keep thinking is the John Candy movie where Canada was invaded and they were he was and he was the guy protecting, and if I remember correctly, but they were driving in a truck to invade and they only had they only had English on the truck or something, and they got stopped, and they're like, oh yeah, you need to have French on here as well. I don't know why that rings a bell and why that comes up in my head, but it did. All right, I'm going to roll for that 5 and hopefully get a hit, which I did not. So you were able to advance after combat. You were only able to do that once. So even if you do pummel through me here again, and you won't be able to advance again. But you did that twice, so that was a really big thing. So I think he is dead. So Leuven is taken over.
This so far might be the best game of Brave Little Belgium I've ever played.
And I'm traditionally, just for anybody listening, horrible at my own games.
Well, but when you combine that with my less than stellar rolling die rolling, it makes for an interesting situation.
Okay, I'm going to pull a chit. We got an end of turn. I'm hoping for more of those. Look at that. But not. We did shuffle this, didn't we? I think it shuffles automatically.
Oh, it shuffled just fine.
Okay. Because I could reshuffle it if need be. So you're bringing the third. Oh, yes, to Namor. I only have a measly little guy right there. And you're automatically going to get a hit. So you only need to put on 3 additional hits on me.
Right.
So back to Avalon Hill, because that's what I want to prepare to talk about more in depth when we do this thing. So you were really the last one given a position because of the situation you were in. And you ended up a girl's life, and then obviously you didn't like it and moved on to elsewhere. But when you were at Avalon Hill, what year were you hired?
Let's see. It was not long after I was married, so I think it was like September or October of '97.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you knew when you were married. I was going to guess 97 because they were sold in
Oh,
what?
I was married. I was married in June of '97.
Okay, you got that. Good.
They were sold.
In-
It was very early August of '98.
That's what I thought.
The day after Avalon Con ended.
Wow. Okay, so Avalon Con ended and then they were sold.
It was that Sunday, and then Monday morning I went in. There was nobody there, and I was informed, well, the company just got sold. Everyone else just got fired. You're all flow. Oh.
Okay. And who informed you of that, Mr. Dot?
No, actually, it was. Well, I did talk to him later, but it was actually the lady who was the director of the art department. That was Jean Bear. She'd been there for ages. And I guess technically she was kind of more. She was considered more. There were actually a couple people that worked both Girls Life and Avalon Hill, and she was kept.
Did you see that roll?
I did. Look at that.
3 hits. Look at that.
3 hits. Okay, well at least
Miss
Elise.
Miss Bear, is that what you said?
Yeah, Bear.
And
She was there for a number of years because if you look on, gosh, I think her name pops up on the Blitzkrieg map,
Huh.
65. So that shows you that she had been there for quite a while.
Huh. Interesting. So yeah, that is quite a while. You're not kidding.
2 4. Yep.
You're gonna try to roll them.
Okay.
That's one hit.
Just yeah, 1 hit, and then let's see, 3 5s. Okay, we won't do that again. That's usually how you get the problem. Although maybe I should.
Yeah.
We definitely won this one. Well, that really was not a roll per se, but I'll take it. So 1 hit.
You got one hit.
So,
So that's actually 2 hits.
technically 2 hits, and I have 2.
And you got 3 hits. And you did use Big Bertha, so I'm going to flip that puppy. So do you prefer playing this way or on Vassal?
It's funny. There are definitely benefits here that you don't get on Basil.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when it comes to multi-unit stuff, Vassal is superior. But
We're not using a lot of our our events, it doesn't feel like, or at least I'm not. You did get Zeppelins here, by the way, so that's pretty good. You got Von Kluck. You got the first with you got Forced March. I mean, I'm definitely going to sabotage you. So I'm going to force you to use that Forced March if you want to move your men. So I'm going to throw a -1 on you. Are you going to use
Fine.
Are you going to use the Forced March to counter that?
Nope.
All right. So I'm going to do that. So there's advantages to this and there's advantages to the other one. I wish you could just look at the stack a little easier in this one. If it had that, I would be pretty happy.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, you can kind of peek at it if you... There is a way, like, I forget, it's like you hold a key down and you hover, it will show it to you, but it's not the best. So when you were there, who were the big names that were there at the same time?
Well, obviously Don Greenwood.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Knight was there.
Now, was he a full-time employee or was he contractual?
Mhm.
He was full-time employee.
Full-time employee.
Wasn't sure how much of these people were contractual and how much were
They were
actually.
on staff.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to roll my 2 6s while you continue thinking. Are you using any of your events? Are you using your
I obviously didn't use that. Zeppelins.
You don't.
Did we already?
You've already.
Yeah,
I mean, do you have another battle over here in Tiananmen?
no.
Okay, so you might as well use it, right?
Well, I still have the.
Oh, you still have the.
You know,
No,
you're right,
you
the fourth.
yeah you've used. Well, don't pull that.
Well, that was not what I intended.
Okay, now I'm really gonna roll. I promise you, I will roll. I need 6s, and I did not get any 6s. I need a 5. Ready? That was not a roll, even though I got a 6. Okay, I missed. That was just me flicking the die. Oh my god, I can't believe the number of people that are texting me about this meeting. My phone. I have 25 notifications right now.
Tell them all they're going to be in the paper tomorrow. Oh, well, there's 2 misses right there. Oh, no, I take it back. With the Zeppelin, that's 2 hits. So that's 2 hits. And this will be for the 5, which is actually a 4 or better. No. think die rolling is easier in Vassal too.
Is it?
Well, yeah, you push the button and it just generates a number.
That is
I
true.
appreciate the cute factor here, but all right. So that was 3 hits.
So I'm looking through these 25 different messages, and they looks like it's going to be all virtual through at least Q1.
I think that's what seems like a lot of the systems are doing.
No, almost every system except for one that I know of has done all virtual through the entire first semester.
Oh, is that what it is? Semester
Mhm.
versus what's the versus,
So the semester goes all the way through till January, and this would barely go through at this point to about well, they're going to reevaluate sometime in October. Somebody.
well, they're hedging their bets.
Yep. Uh, Looks like they're going to give you the option possibly to teach in school or not. I'm hoping not to have to go teach in school because I really just don't want to be around any of that. I don't need it. I have all my stuff here. I can put up my PowerPoints. I can put up all the stuff for the kids to work with. I have all the activities they can do. I have it all right here ready to go. There's absolutely no need for me to be in my classroom. It would be pointless. I mean, it would be absolutely pointless.
But Ryan, the kids are ready. What is it? Ready to return to learn?
Yeah, you saw that. All right, so you used that event, and what happened up here? I got 0 hits.
3 hits.
3 hits
3 hits.
on me.
On you. So.
Jeez, what are you doing to me? I'm sitting here talking, trying to have some conversation, and look at what you do to me. 3 hits. So Ben Knight, Don Greenwood. Who else? This was in 97, 98.
I have to think some more. Those are the 2 names that come to mind. Now, of course, we did work with other people like.
I got Albert, by the way. So you used.
Mark Herman was doing For the People. That was one of the last games to come out from Avalon Hill.
But he was, I mean,
He was contractual. Yeah, he wasn't working.
But was Victory? So was. Help me here.
Oh, Victory Games long gone.
So when did Victory Games disappear?
Early 90s, I think.
Uh-huh. So he was at that point just completely contractual. Is that kind of?
Mm-hmm.
Because he got, so the Victory Games people came out of SPI, right?
I thought so. I thought it was some kind of.
So it was like a lot of the people from SPI, when SPI basically went over to Victory Games, and then they ended up. So the Victory Games, I mean, did a lot of those games then be, they would have been Victory Games, but now they're being released by Avalon Hill. So in other words, would 4 of the people have been a Victory Games possibility, or would
that's a good question.
would we the people have been a Victory Games game? I wonder.
It's hard to say.
I am going to fire at you and no more here, by the way, just because I can. But let me see if there's anything I can do. If I'm not mistaken, you've destroyed the entire Belgian army except for the 2nd here. Does that sound about right?
Well, that and the fort at New York.
Jeez, Dave. What are you doing to me? All right, I'm going to roll. Oh, look at that, Dave. Do you
Very
see that?
nice.
So 2 hits on you. I'm going to keep drawing because I can. Oh, that's not what I wanted, Dave. I got an end of turn. And the reason I say that is because I wanted the 5th, or the 4th. Now, you didn't get your 4th to come out. So, you have the opportunity of moving your 4th. I do not have the opportunity of moving my 4th or 5th, which really, really, really hurt me, Dave. Oh, are those your 2 losses? Hey, I finally killed a couple.
Yep. And, well, it's another cavalry, but that's one.
It's a cavalry and a LB. Okay.
And I am going to play the 4th.
Okay. So you have to roll. Do you remember?
My roll.
Do you remember?
I don't want a 4 or more.
Yeah.
We're the gentle Germans.
Phew, that's a 2.
That's the same thing I rolled last time. And I'm going to use Force March. You used this, didn't you? Yours, right?
No, I never did. Because all I ever drew was
I thought you used it on the first army.
I didn't use Force March. I used Sabotage.
Sabotage. I'm sorry.
Sabotage. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not. Okay, so Force March for the 4th. Everybody gets that. So let's see here. That means that we can never go on. 2, 3. One. Pretty much everybody's going to do shit, right? So. Alright. And now, finally, General French and EF are in play. There you go.
Are we good? Do we have any battles or anything?
Done.
Okay. So I'm going to take care of the chits, and you can take care of advancing us.
Already did.
Oh, we did. Okay.
So I drew,
So yeah, we have good.
division here.
Good. I don't think we have anybody anymore, by the way. We did have somebody for a while, and then messing up rules left.
Accelerated.
You know, people watch for about 7 minutes.
It's probably the average.
But it still says it's streaming.
Alright.
So, and we seem to be getting good sound and everything. So, and we're at an hour and 18 minutes. So I'm just going to leave it on, and if people want to watch it, I guess they can watch this crazy thing of ours. So we're to August 13th to 15th. Dave has completely destroyed Liège. He's almost completely destroyed Namur, and he's got the 1st and the 2nd here, basically about ready to win the game. He is steamrolling. You are doing so well in this, Dave. Oh, look at that end of turn. I love it. Okay, that's a Force March for me. Maybe I'll be able to actually get to use it. This is a Sabotage. This is Force March for you. This is Zeppelins. Oh, Dave, this is great. This is great. Ah! Now! First. Is that the 1st? My eyes are bad. Yep. Von Kluck the 1st.
Now you're going to sabotage, or
Oh, I have to decide? Well, no, because where are you going to move? Well, I guess you can move here. No, I'm going to wait on that. I just don't think it's that worthwhile.
again, this is where I would appreciate having.
You got a little bit of everything in there. I don't think you have any first there, do you? I think those are all second, aren't they?
Yeah.
You can peek, by the way. There is a way. I think it's... Is it Alt?
Eh,
Yeah, Alt. If you do Alt and you look at, like, you hover over and then you start slowly going down, it will show you what's in it. You know? Unfortunately, the last thing it shows you is the board. But it will show you everything else that's in it. So it'll tell you whether it's a second, if there's any first in there. I assumed you might...
kind of wonky on my end. All I'm getting is the board.
can only see...
It shows... No, it totally does not work for me. Of course, I'm on an ancient Mac, so...
Alt option is not working?
Nope. Oh, Alt option?
Well, that's what it is for me.
No. Yeah.
You're moving that way. Okay. I guess there's no reason to go through Antwerp if you don't have to, right? They didn't. They didn't historically. Not till much later, right?
Not till October, yep.
Okay. Did I have something there?
Yes, you did.
I had 2 Guard Civiques. And I've only seen 1 dud, so I bet you anything one of these is a dud. Yep, look at that, Dave. What'd I tell you? Alright, I'm going to roll that. I'm going to roll that 4, and I'm going to get a hit. And I got a 6. Booyah! Look at that.
Alright, I'm gonna roll my 2 4s. And then I'm gonna roll my 5. And there we go.
And he's destroyed, I'm assuming.
Another hit.
So apparently, they did vote for us to go virtual, 5-0. They are trying to do some small groups back in to the school, like special ed and maybe some career tech and stuff. And they also are going to have a re-eval sometime by October to see if it might be possible to go back in hybrid.
Gotcha.
Or, I mean, if there's stage 3, I guess it's possible to go back in full time. So I guess that's at least saves me a job until October.
Yeah. And even if they vote in October, they may say, well, we'll do it at the beginning of 21. So
Yeah, they may. They may.
I like I said, I think that's just a very clever way of hedging their bets, so, you know.
Yeah. They're one of the few that has done that.
Yeah.
Did
Which
we-
I think is just fine. You know, at this point, you're saying, okay, we're going to see what happens in the future. Oh, well, look at that.
Yes. 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 So you have the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th that was not able to move.
Right, and I'm only going to go for 1. I'm going to go for the 2nd.
Uh-huh.
So, don't
Well.
worry about trying to pick through there and find.
I'm not going to. I knew it was the 3rd, 4th.
And there's my roll. Ah, finally. All atrocity. But it was worth it.
Okay, so you're going to get, I'm assuming, going to use Zeppelins on this.
Since I have it, yeah.
You're not going to do the 3rd down here and just try to destroy Namor?
Let's see how this goes. If my rolling's here, it's okay. And I might try, because I think when I win... Or do I have to wait until... I don't
Yeah, I think you have to actually tell me first that you're going to do it and say, I'm going to see whether I win this battle first before I then decide.
Nah, I didn't want to chance it.
Okay.
So-
I mean, you've got 2 more turns after this to actually win this game. This pitiful, pitiful game of mine that, as I
But you
said.
know what, since no-
What do I have even in Ghent? Do I have one little Guard
have-
Civic?
You have a Guard Civic, so...
So Don Greenwood, Ben Knight, you said Mark Herman was working on For the People at the time? Is that when that came out?
Yep.
97,
That
98?
came out- '98, right? For the People and Bitter Woods were the last two games that everyone played.
You know, I'm going to test.
Bitter Woods
I,
being
I am going to test your knowledge and see if you're accurate. Look at this. I am that mean.
And the other one, I think they also did an ASL module, Doom Battalions.
Okay, well, okay, hold on. I'm going to sort by year published. I'm going to sort by year. Oh my God, Dave, look at this. Bitter Woods, The Battle of the Bulge, 1998. Doom Battalions, 1998. For the People, 1998. What are the other two? What are the other two that you missed in 1998?
Oh, well, there was Monsters Ravage America.
Yeah, because you worked on that a little bit, right? Did you work on that one?
I did a lot of the artwork on that one, yeah.
Did we ever add your name? Yes, we did. Look at that. Yeah. It actually says artist Dave Shaw right there, Dave. How nice, huh?
Yeah.
We credited you. We made sure it said your name.
But I can't remember what the other game was. I know it wasn't.
I'll give you a hint. It would be a game that Fred Cook would like very much.
Oh God, and I worked on that one too, On to Richmond.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
I feel terrible. Yeah.
Now, what did you do on to Richmond?
I put all of the place names onto the beautiful map that Charlie Kibler did.
So does that count as artist?
Well, I also did. No, it's more graphic design because I also did the layout on all the charts. I did the counters. I did the rule books.
Wait, you did the counters? Well, that's art. What do you mean?
Well, I didn't draw. I mean, it's like I said, it's the art. I would consider actually drawing something. Graphic design is more working with shapes and.
I'm looking at these counters right now. So on to Richmond, I'm looking at these counters right now. Why is it that one number is big and the other small?
Ask Fred.
It's like it says, it'll say 2-4 with a dot between it, and the 2's big and the 4's small. So.
Oh, look at that. That's the ultimate insult.
What's the ultimate insult? Oh! I knew that was coming. I knew it.
The last stand of the Belgians, and they chickened out.
Well, it doesn't matter. You still got to defeat that fort. Dave, are you trying to win without defeating the fort?
Yeah.
Okay, just double checking. Okay, so we're 16th to 18th. Is that correct?
Yes.
And notice the British Expeditionary Force has been just hung up on the beach someplace.
Apparently, they're taking their sweet time.
The 4th has been drinking some vino, and the 5th is like, we're here, we're ready, but no, we're not really ready.
They're lost in the Ardennes.
Well, no, the 5th are over here in Charleroi. They're not in the Ardennes, but they're not doing anything. Hey, I am going to pull the whole bag. No, maybe I should lock that bag. All right, I am going to pull the second. Oh my God, that's exactly what. No, it's not. You don't care about the second.
No. Second, nope.
You don't even care about that, right? Pass.
Nope.
Okay, sabotage. That's going to be very useless for me. Zeppelins. That's going to be very useful to you. Forced march. Albert. I don't think Albert has really much of anything left. I can fire at you here, which I will do. I could try to come in and see if I can knock you out of the way over here. Because you would have to retreat back towards your homeland. I mean, that's probably silly to do, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm going to do this roll down here first and get 2 5s. I got 1. Okay, that's your hit. Okay, now this battle up here, I'm going to roll my 6 real quickly right where I am, and I bet you I missed. So I missed anyway. So all you need is one little hit. Roll your 2 6s.
Okay.
See if you can.
Oh, come on. Yeah, the dice rolling function in this game is not.
Oh!
There we go. Oh, box guard.
So that was a pointless of the second. It was the last end of the second. They were just hoping that maybe they could do something.
Wrong war and wrong country. That was very kamikaze. Like,
Well, I know, but there was a possibility that if they could do something there, then maybe they could push you back. But that was going to be a very rough thing to do. Now I'm checking one of the rules because I think for the win, it's not instantaneous.
end of turn.
Actually, what it says is if you've achieved all 3 victory objectives at any time during the August 19th or 21st turn, the game is a victory. Achieving this before that turn does not win them the game. They have to hold that occupied city until the August 19th or 21st. So you actually have to hold it one more. So I do have the possibility of trying to stop you. I forgot, we did change that. I think that was different in the original rules when we did that. I will pull another chit, because I think that's where we are at this point. Now your cav got killed. Now, I'm going to throw the sabotage at you so you can't put that guy there. Okay?
Oh, after I've moved.
I'm sorry.
This Ty Bomba says this would be when your opponent graciously allows it.
Yeah, I do apologize.
I'm being
But
gracious.
yeah, well, you are going to win this game! So I think you can be gracious to me.
I don't know about that.
You think? You only have one more turn, so... See, end of turns might actually be useful for you in this point. Oh!
Oh, look, the British.
Now, the British have some weird stuff going on with them. They can't actually stack with anybody besides themselves. And they do have an advantage to stacking with themselves. So, in that if they do keep them together, they do get some pluses on attacks. If they start separating out and moving into separate places, those pluses go away. So that's something to keep in mind with the British. I'm trying to find where it says that in the rules. You know, I'm sure it says it in the rules someplace.
It does.
When all stacked, here it is. British units add 1 to the die roll when all stacked together and at full strength. So that's the other thing. All stacked together and they have to be at full strength. So I'm not going to like just move my cav and just move them anywhere. I'm going to move this whole thing 1 and 2. Maybe we'll have a big battle up here. What do you think? Maybe by next turn if they can be drawn. I will draw. I do have that forced march.
Forced march.
Yeah, you saw that, Dave. Okay, well, let's have that battle then.
And since we're doing that, I want to bring Zeppelins in.
And that would be where that would be interesting. Is that an attack or defense? We're going to use that since the rules do say.
I thought it was for attack. Yeah, since Tom thought it was better for all rules.
I don't know why I'm bringing your guys over, but I am.
That's fine. Great parties.
Well, then you better bring my guys over.
So I bring the rest of the...
I think I grabbed. Is that only one there? Yeah.
I thought I was just thinking, yeah, I guess because they're all off the map.
So they're not very large group there, but they are somewhat powerful.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm going to roll for my 4s. And let's see what I get. Well, that sucked.
Wow. The British forgot their ammunition.
And I'm going to roll for the other one. So I got 1 hit.
One hit. Okay. All right. So let's see. I think I have well 5s and 6s. So I have 5 5s, which are really 5 little things to do. Dreads up. Oh, wow. I think the BEF just got slaughtered. Yeah, they got wiped off the board.
Oh my god, Dave. This is just
The
crazy.
BEF is gone. Huh, interesting. Is that a mistake in the? Because the Cavs should only be one side.
Yeah, that's a mistake. I'm going to have to. That is a mistake. That should be well, you can see it's the same either side. You see?
Right, but I was going to say one of them should be.
It's the same either side. So, wow, yeah, you just the British Expeditionary Force. They are just demolished.
So they're out of the game.
I am happy to be playing this though because it did show me some of the minor little issues with the mod that I put together.
Right. Oh yeah, no. This is definitely a good way of working out the kinks. I just think it's funny that we're doing this. Like, 2 people watched and then left. I'm having the game of a lifetime. Nobody's here to see it. This will.
Oh, wait. At some point, Mo stopped by. I don't know if Mo is still here, but at some point, Mo did stop by and said, "Looks great."
Looks great, and I'm out of here.
I'm done. I gotta go get a whiskey. I'm good to go. So, because I can't quite tell. I mean, it at some point, you know, he might even be still on here. I can't tell. I think he kind of came on sometime around 11 something, and then said, "You know what? It's my birthday," because I think it is Mo's birthday today. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mo. Happy birthday to you. He won't hear it because he's no longer there. And then he decided to book. So you can see how much he loves us. I see how it is. And he's got a thing. So the Virtual Dragoons Assembly, Mo is going to be part of that. And he's going to be doing the opening on Friday night, Dave. So are you going to join us for that? 7 o'clock? Maybe?
What time is it?
7, I think.
I will be working.
Oh, jeez. And then I think he will be coming back with his Charlie Whiskey, I think maybe the next day. And I think at some point there's an interview with Uwe Eckert of Academy. So that's interesting. I really want to learn more. If I get on there with him, I want to learn more about Panzer Group Guderian. Because I know that they were working on that. And I don't know where it stands. You know what I mean? And I saw a little note that said he was still working on it. So I really am curious about that. Okay, you used these Zeppelins up here, so I am going to pull them back and flip that. But let's see if we pull anything else that will help me. That does not help me. That helps you. This could be basically game here. I mean, not totally game, but nearing game. Oh, by the way, I have been listing stuff. I listed a bunch of the sealed games.
60 items.
I have a couple more things to list. I did list Assault of the Giants, which looked very cool. It was because it had the premium painted miniatures. Which is very cool. I'm going to roll, by the way.
Okay.
Oop. I got 2 misses.
I'm rolling for my 5s. Oh my god.
Okay.
This good again.
You don't know what's going on with you,
never
Dave.
will.
Dave, you got to stop. Okay, you don't get to play this game again. This is what you needed to be doing the other night when you were playing as the bugs with, you know.
Yeah. That's why I said when it doesn't count, that's when I shine. And when it's like it matters, it's like, oh, not that this doesn't count.
No, I mean we haven't played this in a while, so. Okay, so you have both destroyed. You have demolished my BEF. I do have some French left that really at this point should be like hightailing it back towards France. Well,
Paris, buddies.
the ones down here are still drinking vino. But hopefully, maybe I can get some in. Big Bertha, that is pointless for you at this point. Oh, look at that. The fourth. Fourth. Finally, you guys. Finally.
And even then, they're not really going to get far.
Finally. What have you guys been doing? Well, I will bring them up into that fort there. Actually, you know what? I need to even... Yeah, see, that's a 2 strength fort, so I could bring up to 6 in there, so... But that's about all they could do. You got a forced march. 5th! Okay, so what does the 5th do at this point? I feel like the 5th needs to come back up over here and try to stop you, but if I do, then you're going to come back with one of these other ones over here. You know?
I still have the 4th. Was that a forced march?
Did I move too far? I did move too far.
1, 2, yeah, they should be.
Right there. Yes, I was getting ahead of myself.
Well, the French are known for their speedy exits.
1. Are you doing anything with the first?
Let's see. I might consolidate that to Marseilles. That's it.
I don't even know if it makes sense to pull it because it's just the end of turn, but, you know, we will.
And I think that's game, right?
No.
Because it says at any point in the
Uh-huh.
August. So.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You need to get to there. And the rules do say you are correct that any time.
Point.
Yep, then you win. You just have to basically yep, you have to hold that occupied city until the August 19th to 21st turn, which you did. Okay.
Which actually, this is very, very interesting because I think this is actually a very historical game we played. Basically, well, no.
It's a little early. It's a little early.
Did not get slaughtered, and yeah, the Germans are probably a little faster. They might get a little closer in Paris, maybe even actually fight in Paris.
Yeah, I think they would in this case. I mean, that's part of, you know, winning by the 19th to 21st says that you achieved slightly better than historically. 22nd and 20th about the historical, so, you know.
Especially when you consider that really, you know, Third Army's pretty smashed, but the First Army's decent.
I know, you did well.
Fourth Army is not touched, so.
You did very well.
Now the French are not, but the French have not taken any losses either, so.
Yeah, but they're really having to retreat at this point.
This is when we need to have the expansion and call it, you know, or add on that.
Down there on the other side. Well,
gay little Paris.
Yeah. I guess you could pull out Tai Bomba Schlieffen plan and try and do that. That would be, you know, continuing on.
Done against 1914
or yeah, or
Ed Rasher's When Eagles Fight.
Yeah. Or the Luttman.
Joe Miranda's classic, Reinforce the Right.
Okay. I was going to say the Luttman game, Race to the Sea.
Oh, okay. Race to the Sea.
Uh-huh. That would be another one that possibly could be gamed. Now, we never did get fully into the Avalon Hill story, and that's like fine because I'm thinking that will be one of the big things on the podcast. So we have to get working on the podcast. Yep.
Yeah, and I need to go back and look through my stuff. Remember who exactly I work with.
You don't remember. I think Mark Herman came in every once in a while, and Don was there, of course, and Ben was there because I did have to work on 2 games with Ben. So hey, I remember him.
22 years ago, so I'm lucky if I remember what I did last week. So
yeah, I am going to stop streaming. So say goodbye to everybody.
bye, everybody.
Yeah, and we will say goodbye, and maybe we'll do this another time with. I don't know. I like to do this with the playthrough of Last One Standing. Maybe people can give us some ideas of some other names while we're playing. That would be really cool.
Yeah, maybe we should run a contest.
Come on, name of this game for us, please.